are made into wool. So when we obtain this hair from, or the fleece, you can call it as fleece, from the sheep, goat or angora goat or yak or camel or whatever it is. So when we obtain this fleece, so it is a small thread, it is not a long thread to make a cloth out of it, it is a very small thread. So those small thread like structures has to be made into a single long thread like structures, which can be later made into a fabric form. You can see a tailor, or you would have seen a thread roll in your house itself. So that thread roll was not in that form when it was obtained, it was basically a very short hair like structure, that as you see, when a simple hair that falls off from our head or something, it is very small. So those small hairs that is being obtained from these sheep, yak or camel or goat, is being made into a long thread like structure, which is being later processed into fabrics. For obtaining wool, sheep are reared. Their hair is cut and processed into wool. So this we know it already. Now let us learn about how this process is being done. So let us not go into the rearing part. Here they basically tell about the how the fleece is obtained from the sheep and how it is made into a cloth like thing. Here how the rearing is done is also being explained. If you travel to the hills in Jammu Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Uttaranchal, Arunachal Pradesh and Sikkim, or the plains of Haryana, Punjab, Rajasthan and Gujarat, you can see shepherds taking their herds of sheep for grazing. So this is a common scene that we see in most of the places. So these are the places where you can like mark in your outline map also, where you can normally see this sheep or the shepherds taking their sheep for grazing. Sheep are herbivorous, prefer grass and leaves. Apart from grazing sheep, rearers also feed them on a mixture of pulses, corn, jowar, oil cakes, material left after taking out oil from seeds and minerals. In winter, sheep are kept indoors and fed on leaves, grains and dry fodder. So this is about how they take care of the sheep, what they feed. So normally these sheep are herbivorous animals. They normally feed on the plants as their main source of food. So these shepherds normally feed them with grass and leaves, and they also feed them with mixtures of this pulses, corn, jowar and all the plant products that is there. Sheep are reared in many parts of our country for wool. Table 3.1 gives the names of some breeds of sheep reared in our country for producing wool. The quality of and the texture of the fibers obtained from them is also indicated in the table. So there is a table given below here which tells about different breeds. So what do you mean by a breed? It is a type or species of, not all goats that we see here. If you see a goat here in Karnataka, it is also called as a goat, but it might not look like a goat that is there in Kashmir. So it is already, as you have seen in your textbook itself, it already has a different name. Angora goat lives in Kashmir. It is a type or it is a breed. It has a particular characteristic features, or the hair type of those goats would be of different type. So here they have given the type or the quality of that particular wool that is being obtained from each breed or each type of goat or each type of sheep that is there. So let's take a look into the table and then continue with the lesson. So first one, they have told the name of the breed. One is the Lohi. The quality of that breed is, it's a good quality wool and it is normally seen in Rajasthan and Punjab. Similarly, Rampur Bashair is seen, it has a brown fleece. So the hair or the fleece that is seen on these sheep are brown in color, and it is normally seen in Uttar Pradesh and Himachal Pradesh. Nali is a type of breed where the sheep wool, it would be hard. So you can see that the quality is being told as carpet wool. So from the name itself you can understand that the carpet wool, it would have a hard texture. So this breed has a hard texture and it is used to make carpet wool, and it is normally seen in Rajasthan, Haryana and Punjab. Bakharwal is the next breed where it is used for making woolen shawls. Shawls is the material that we use for protecting ourselves from the cold, or we wear it. So obviously the wool has to be soft for making these shawls. So it is normally seen in Jammu and Kashmir. Marwari. So this is a type of breed where you get coarse wool. Coarse wool is nothing but rough wool, or the hair or the fleece that they obtain from this sheep is rough, and it is also seen around in the state of Gujarat. Patanwadi is the next breed. It is used for hosiery. So it is also used for making clothing. So that's also seen in Gujarat. Now let's get back to the lesson. Certain breeds of sheep have thick coat of hair on their body which yield good quality wool in large quantities. So as I told you here itself, they have different breeds of sheep have very thick coat of hair on their body which yield good quality of wool in huge or large quantity. So there are particular breeds which give more amount of wool. Their hair growth is much thicker or much more compared to the normal breeds. So those breeds would be taken or considered to be grown for obtaining more wool. As mentioned earlier, these sheep are selectively bred. So whenever we want something, similarly you can take an example of the cow itself. Cow. So whenever if a particular type of cow whichever is giving more milk would be selected to give birth to the next generation, or that cow would be selected to be bought, or to when you are buying, you normally buy those breeds which yield more. It might be cattle, or it might be poultry, or it might be plants, or whatever it might be, where the production is more. So that here also they are choosing the particular type of sheep which has more hair growth. Once the reared sheep have developed a thick hair, hair is shaved off for getting wool. So once the sheep has more hair growth on its body, it goes for a haircut, or it is being taken for a haircut, or its hairs are or the fleece is being removed for making of this wool. So let's see how the processing of this fiber into wool is made in our next video. So before that, I want you to do those two activities, then we can start off with our worksheet. So the two activities are, one is the making of outline or marking of the places where we see the animals which give or which provide wool on the outline map of India, and the other one is the one which I gave you, that is the collection of different types of fabrics from your nearby tailor. I am once again warning you, no spending money for this activity. Thank you.